Okay, YouTube, this is Acid Roots. I've got an album review, which is the debut album of Kehlani, SweetSexySavage. Now, she has dropped a couple mixtapes, starting with what she did in 2014. Her second mixtape, You Should Be Here, was a little bit more acclaimed. Apparently, the Billboard liked it, and it got her some praise and recognition and got her on the road to recording this album. Now, in 2016, I actually think that that album was supposed to come out last year, but she chose to do some features, which is good because she hadn't put out an album. And she appeared on the Suicide Squad soundtrack, which I reviewed, and also dropped, yeah, a handful of singles such as Crazy, Distraction, and Advice. Now, seeing as we're less than 30 days into the new year, this is a great time to drop music just because there's really no one else around. And, this could kind of make us wonder if she has the ability to last into the year. Now, somehow I am curious to see how the promotion of this album is going to go because most of it came from before the project, which generally means that the coming I'm not as sure that we're going to be hearing songs from her in March or April, but that does not mean, for one thing, that this album is bad, because it most certainly isn't. It's actually a rather strong R&B album, has more than 5 or 6 or 7 good songs on it. It's bigger, but it also fits the bill. So this is not just music for the preteen mindset, for people who are 18, 21. Even though she is 21, I do feel like you can listen to this a good 10 or so years older than she is. But the good part about it happens to be that the R&B weaknesses such as too many ballads, bad production, lack of singles, and sometimes bad singing, these are not things you have to worry about. So it has the good feels to it. There's actually, it didn't really feel like there was a club song on this project. I mean, it's definitely upbeat and rousing music. Songs like Crazy and Do You Dirty. And there's another one, I'm thinking Undercover. Some of these really handle that well. But I also want to say that it has to do with kind of almost like a trap sounding music that sounds like something Future and these type folks would be doing. So it has some of that feel to it, but it doesn't get as turned up as some of them do. So that, obviously it's good music. It definitely can pass the time. That's the main thing about it. It's something that I do feel like can last not just the night, but the weekend and possibly a couple days after. Now, from this, you get the idea about her that she's been through it, and I've read her biography. She's had, some of a rougher life, but translated well to the music. So that's really the thing, is it gives her a kind of flavor. You think of someone like Alicia Keys, or you think of someone like Lady Gaga or Taylor Swift. These are not necessarily the roughest women around, but she has, you can tell right by the album cover that she has that kind of fierceness to her. So that's a good, and that's an extra thing to think of. But so I'm gonna give this album, because I wound up liking 9 out of 16. I'm gonna give this album a 6.5 out of 10. I almost want to give it a 7, but I feel like if there would have been 14 songs versus 16, I probably would have given this like a 7 or an 8. But it just happened that just a few too many songs. The song "Thank You" was good to have, but it didn't feel like songs like "Hold Me by the Heart," "In My Feelings" didn't feel as necessary in Escape. But okay, I'm going to tell you the songs that you need to hear. So they are Crazy, Peace of Mind, Advice, Get Like, Do You Dirt, yeah, Get Like, Do You Dirty, Personal, Everything Is Yours, Undercover, and Keep On. Now, one of the best sounding records on here is Get Like. That one sounded, I mean, she rode that song rather well. That's definitely one I would go for besides the singles. Crazy is a great first single. That one just feels um, windy. This real kind of mishmash of in. I mean, it has a different approach than just some crunk type song, but it's good. I mean, it still sounds outgoing. Peace of Mind is another song kind of similar to that. But then Do You Dirty really is. That one definitely is. And Keep On just has kind of like, that one feels more like car music. It just kind of thumps. So, yeah, so check out all 9 of those songs. Really, liking 9 out of 16, that's not exactly something that always happens. I've given R&B albums 3s and 4s out of 10, but the fact that this is a 6.5, obviously you can boost the score because I didn't throw Distraction in there. So the fact that she managed to have more than just 2 charting singles, or at least attempted to, should allow you to know some more. So the social score, I will give probably a 6 out of 10, is because she did try a promotional single. There were actually, which means there were about 5, but only 2 charted, and they didn't chart that high. So Crazy and Distraction are the hot ones, but I'm just, it'd be nice to make sure that she doesn't vanish a year later. So gotta fuck with that. But most of the singles are good. You should have an easy time with it, and then the album works as well. So it's just an R&B gem. And can this record be topped? I think the answer is maybe by just a hair or two. And the future, this just came out today. So yeah, subscribe for more fun.